This short video is going to take you through the lab setup for the main lab that we're going to do. One of two main labs that we're going to take care of in the second part of the weather unit. This is the setup. I'm going to go through the materials real quick with you. What you have is we're going to be using propane, so we're going to be using the gas today. We have a gas hose. We have a Bunsen burner. We have a ring stand. In that ring stand we have a asbestos screen. We have a beaker. We have our thermometer. We have our thermometer holder. We have our ice. We have our water. We have our tongs. We have our stir stick. And then we also have our lighting source. The other two things that you'll have at your table are going to be the observation sheet where you're going to be recording your data, and the information sheet that has all the stuff that you're going to be doing. And that's kind of what I'm running through in this video. So first thing is we're going to fill the beakers up, and you're going to fill them up to 300 milliliters with the water. That way it at least covers the base of the thermometer. The thermometer should not be touching the bottom of the beaker. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some ice, and we're going to add in about 200, and I'll be doing this once you get everything set up and we come around. Our goal is to drop our temperature. Now your thermometers are going to be in Fahrenheit instead of Celsius, so we're going to finally have a final volume in here of about 500 milliliters with the ice that we're going to put in. So we're going to fill it with water to 300, and then I'm going to come around and fill it to about 500 in regards to that. Some of you guys may not have the small beakers, you're going to have the larger ones. That may play a role in what you're going to take care of in your data. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to come around and turn on the propane, and then we're going to light the propane up and get your Bunsen burner going. Maybe. So we'll give that a minute. One of the things, the part that you guys probably won't do, but I may have you do this just to kind of make sure that the glassware isn't set up on the ring stand after we're done, is we are going to take the beakers off. They will be extremely hot because it's going to be a full period of getting this stuff done, at least 60 minutes. The rest of the time we'll go back in and set up our chart. So we've got to be careful with the tongs, making sure it's under the lip. Get a good grip on it, but don't get it too firm so you crack it. And then obviously you won't have the thermometer in the way of that part. So let's try and light this again, and we'll go from there. So we'll get our Bunsen burner lit up. One important thing that we want to make sure that we do is that during the lab we always make sure that the flame is underneath the beaker. Okay, we do not want to make sure that if it slides off to the side, either way, because it will move as it goes through. The other thing is you want to make sure that it's actually on. I've had it where they've kind of flamed out, and we want to make sure that they're all in the right spots. So with the recording, we'll deal with the recording times and all that stuff as we go. Oh, recording times will be kept by the iPod. You use the app for the timer. So that's one of the most important things, is to keep the flame underneath the beaker. The other thing that's going to be important to you is once I put the ice in and once we start the flame, is we're going to stir it. And we're going to stir it constantly. So this is a continuous motion. So you're going to be in groups. One person should be the recorder, one person should be the stirrer, one person will be the timer. And then you want to rotate those groups through. But we want to constantly keep this solution moving. That way we don't get areas of hot pockets and different things. And we do not want to, even when we're making a reading, we want to just make keep stirring. We don't have to stir it very fast, very loud. All it has to be is a continuous motion. So you may want to switch arms, you may want to switch partners, but that's an important thing that you want to make sure that you do. The other thing that's important, and the last thing that I think is important in this lab, is that you want to make sure that you're reading the thermometer carefully and accurately. These are in Fahrenheit, but like I'm in Celsius, but that's okay. So you want to make sure that you're dead center with the reading of the thermometer, right on the edge, and looking at the red line that's going up and making your readings every time that they call out it's 30 seconds. And you will be making a measurement every 30 seconds of this lab. So that's the basic setup. Get you going, Continually stir. We're going to take readings for 30 seconds. We'll talk more about the chart when you get into the lab and for that. So again, the three most important things were flame underneath the beaker, make sure you stir constantly, and make sure that you read the thermometer carefully and accurately for your recordings. When it comes time to cleaning up, the first thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you turn off the flame at the major source of where the gas is. You're going to leave it underneath the ring stand. We're going to take the thermometer. This should not be very hot. We're going to take this, bring it up so the thermometer is out, loosen this. We're going to slide the thermometer all the way out. You're going to have paper towels. You want to wipe off your thermometer, and then you can set that on the table carefully. And then I'm going to have you take the tongs, grip it underneath carefully, take it over to the sink, and simply pour it into the sink. And then there'll be a place where I'll have you put it next to the Bunsen burner and the ring stand. And that's it. That's your lab. So please go through the video, make sure you understand what's going on. If you need to replay it, please do so. And that's your lab for what we're going to take care of.